Howdy. Just wanted to put together a short video on a watch that I got about a month ago, and this is the watch from Cobra. Anybody who loves the movie Cobra is probably spending most of their life trying to be like Cobra, as I have been, and part of that was getting this watch. It's the only part that I've done. This watch is actually a Heuer Professional 2000, so it's a dive watch, and it says that it's 200 meter water resistant. I'm not sure that it's any water resistant now because it's a bit old, but it's a really cool watch. I got this about a month ago. Seems to be keeping great time. I haven't set the time for a month on it, and it seems to be pretty accurate. It's got a rotating bezel, screw-down crown, and a date function. So the rotating bezel on mine actually doesn't work very well. I'm not even going to bother to try and use it here. It's kind of stuck on there really well, and there's not really anywhere to grip it. If you see the notches there, I would have to put my fingernails in, and it takes a while for me to get the whole rotating bezel around. It comes on a stainless steel bracelet, which is, it's all right. It actually feels kind of cheap in the clasp, but it was pretty easy for me to adjust. And it actually fits really comfortably. I mean, it doesn't even feel like it's there. I barely notice it as I go throughout the day. This watch is 36 millimeter. I believe the one Stallone wore is a 36 millimeter. I can't confirm that because I think there might also be a 40 millimeter version of this watch out there, but I'm not sure. But I got the 36 millimeter version, so I'm just going to say that's the version Stallone wore. His watch had the white dial with just the Heuer logo on it. And if you look at the other 972.006s out there, you'll see a lot of them with tag Heuer logos. I heard that this is the last one that Heuer made before switching over to the tag Heuer logo. This is the last watch model that they made before switching over. So they can be a little bit tricky to find. But if you really want to be like Cobra, as anyone who's seen the movie Cobra does, you got to hunt down the one with the Heuer logo. But in reality, who cares? I would just get it. It's pretty easy to acquire the other ones if you really want the watch. And for sizing sake, so I don't have measuring tools. I'm not a measure man, as they're called, but I measure with a tape measure lug to lug. It's about probably around 42 to 44 millimeters. I've got 6¼ inch wrists, maybe a little bit smaller, and this watch fits me great. If you like vintage size watches, this one's probably going to work in your favor. And that's about it. That's about all that I know about this watch. If you have a license plate that says Awesome 50, you are a step ahead of most people in trying to become Cobra, and definitely a step ahead of me.